We're chatting on the YouTube side. I haven't grabbed the chat yet. Head on out so you can see all the stuff. We'll check our wonder picks. We'll give a deep sigh because there's no 2 stars, because there never are. Dear Pokemon Pocket, give me 2-star wonder picks every day and you would get so much more of my money. Always sadness. Almost 50. I think we're 47. There's more. It takes more every level to climb up. I have a couple of solo battle rewards. Did those earlier today. That could be fine, 12-out skill. Haunter sucks. These. Oh, we have premium missions to finish. Look at that. All those points in my daily's already up. Coolio. So let's fire off a game with the Blastoise deck while we're waiting to see if we get any viewer submissions. Going on, Mickey. Yeah, unfortunately, the default on Twitch as a platform is just set and forget your ads. Just let them roll when they roll. I think we lead on the Articuno without a Starmie in hand. Have a good one, Cooters. We're playing yesterday with Melmetal. Pidgeotto Melmetal was from the tournament decks roundup. Felt all right into off-meta things and kind of clunky into things like Pikachu. I wouldn't be surprised if Baby Machamp is worth playing. If I'm being honest. Yeah, I'll put the other Starmie up. Plays around red card. Definitely want second Starmie rather than second Blastoise. Will pack points be universal when a new set comes out? They will not be. We've explicitly been told, in fact, that pack points are set specific. Hourglasses appear to be set agnostic. I'm gonna go ahead and Sabrina up this Frogadier. Because if they have Greninja, it still gets cleared by Blizzard, and Ice Winging this before I Blizzard means I need 2 more attacks anyways. I think we just get our Kraken here on their back line. Selecting beginner versus TCG player in the queue actually make a difference? Not really. What full art traders are you missing? 2 Brock, 2 Surge, 2 Erica. I think the full art I want the most right now is my second full art Starmie. I'm actually playing 2 non-full arts just because I want them to match. Hey, what's going on, lads? I think Pocket is a stellar, more traditional card game. I've been enjoying it a lot. Ooh, the Greninja on curve here is actually really bad for us, yeah? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, they can still hit us again next turn. I think we're probably dead if we don't hit a Misty with them having the Greninja, because they are going to 40 me and then they 80 me plus 20 me to clear this, that I don't have energy on anything else. I don't have another... Yeah. We're gonna be on hit Misty and then hit on Misty or Bustier. I think I want to go ahead and Blizzard, and then we're gonna need to draw Misty and then hit Misty on the Staryu. The Starmie. I tried jumping back into TCG Live last night. It feels so slowed out. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to play Magic the Gathering Arena again after being on Snap and other faster games for a little bit. It's just like, God, it's so glacial. Worth noting that we were behind without our own Misty anyways, because they had their Greninja on curve, but them hitting their Misty on top of it, not a whole lot we can do. Greninja, Kanga, Wiggly EX. Yeah, it's probably fine. Wiggly EX is a fine finisher. I feel like I would be surprised if Jolteon Greninja is better than Flareon Greninja. I really like that Flareon could be a frontline to buy you time. Great poker hit. We do have 2 pair. We need to dodge aheads on the Executor here. We think of Moltres in the Blade deck. I'm truly confused. Did you leave that comment on my YouTube channel? I responded to a comment about that on my YouTube channel. It's real weird. Very, very confused why you would want to put Moltres in a deck that caps out at 2 energy attacks. Starmie EX is very good at punishing people who stumble. End the games very quickly. They miss a beat, you just put them in the ground. Lead, I think so. Without Starmie in hand. Yeah, one Articuno EX in this build is a 5th basic. Oh, they're just building up this lead as a wall? That's interesting. Oh, do they have Gardevoir maybe and they're still gonna hit for 50 next turn? Could be possible. Toitle. This might be a Ice Swing and then build up the Blastoise angle. I guess if they have Gardevoir on curve here, we're probably dead without a Misty. No Gardevoir, we should be okay. Yeah, no Gardevoir, we're good to go. Just get the Blastoise down here, because he attacks for 2 energy just like War Turtle does. The good compass to follow in building decks is play a 5th basic. You should have 5 to 6 basics at every Pokemon Pocket deck you play, yes. Is ideal. The X speeding out. War Turtle only comes in pairs when playing this deck. 2 of them are none at all. Honestly true. Alright, Misty, do your thing, girl. Yep, that qualifies. Running at expectations. She does that about 90% of the time, according to my feels. Real. Just take the knockout with Blizzard here. Gives us 2 points. Slow start from both sides here. We didn't have a Misty. They didn't have a Gardevoir. We were also missing Starmie. Blastoise here, one of the few cards in Pokemon Pocket that can take a side drive hit and live to tell the tale. One of the things I've seen a lot of people talk and muse about in this game is, we need ways to make stage 2s more consistent, but genuinely, I'm not sure that would really open the metagame up. Because, like, 2 of the 3 best decks are heavily dependent on stage 2s as is. They would just get more powerful if they can assemble Gardevoir or Charizard more consistently. I think it's incredibly silly and ignorant to say the way Twitch streamers choose to run ads are why YouTube is the better streaming platform. For reference, you can set up automated ads to run constantly on YouTube as well. The platforms are really very similar in that respect. The way advertising ends up getting run on Twitch is a conscious decision that Twitch streamers choose to make to negatively impact their audiences. Which Twitch and YouTube creators have full control over what ads are happening and when. Including the option to have them run automated more randomly. Blastoise is a really solid Pokemon Pocket card. The fact that he attacks for 2 and then 3 is like pretty underrated in a lot of spots. Runs reasonably just fine without a Misty. It's actually funny, as I clicked over to my YouTube dashboard to check a stat on something, it actually suggested to me, hey, you should insert an ad right now while I'm sitting here playing a game and getting ready to start. Because it runs exactly the same as Twitch. If you want this deck list before the next ad break, it is the highlight that I posted yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I think that nerfing strong decks is the wrong way to balance the game. I think the addition of other strong cards and archetypes in future sets is the way they'll balance Pocket. So your two statements there are disconnected. So I agree with you that they're probably going to just balance Pocket by power creeping the same way the paper game constantly power creeps. But the idea that that's how they're going to choose to do it makes it the right way to do it is very silly. It's really eye-roll inducing to me when it comes to playing games like Pokemon and Magic that have paper components where people are more stuck in their ways, that gamers are okay with their cards getting invalidated through power creep, but they're not okay with their cards getting invalidated through nominal balance changes. Especially when making nominal balance changes doesn't mean your cards are necessarily going to be unplayable. There's this really nonsense idea. We even see it in Snap after 2 years of examples of it not being the case, is that people really just assume as a given that nerfing a card means you're gonna make it unplayable. And like Snap has 2 years of examples of this point that like there are lots of ways you can make a card slightly worse and still be plenty playable. There's a difference between power creeping and introducing new archetypes on par with existing archetypes. No, sure. But my point is, if you're not open to having live balance in your card game, where you're gonna fine-tune things up and down, it is incredibly difficult to nearly impossible to expect game designers to produce a bunch of different archetypes that are very similar in power level. It's very easy to miss one little thing and end up having 1 or 2 decks be significantly better than everything else. And we're currently living in one of those examples in Pocket's current environment, right? Like, the Pikachu, the Charizard, and the Mewtwo decks are markedly better than the other decks available in this first set. And you're right, they could release new cards, and if they get the power level exactly right on those new cards, it could be that they'll be the exact same power level as the decks we have now, and it won't just be power creep. But they could also undershoot, and they could also overshoot. Yeah, I agree with you. I expect the Pokemon Company / Dina to be very apprehensive about live balance and not be something that they do. I expect they will treat this similar to how they treat the paper game, and we will get new cards, new archetypes via power creep for the most part. Mama missing twice there is a big deal. It's very good for us, because I mean Sleepy Song doesn't knock us out in one. I wonder if they knew the top 3 decks were going to be the 3 cover Pokemon each pack. Almost assuredly. It's not an accident. Alright, Starmie, wake up! Wake up, Starmie! Nailed it. Where are my baby turtles? I need my baby turtles. The bot cannot show you my current deck list for Pokemon Pocket. There are no automated integrations for this game. If you want to see this deck list, it was my highlight on the Hooglandia Pocket channel yesterday. I'll also throw it up when we take an ad break here in about 15 minutes. Thymo! Alright, Misty, you ready to cheese? Man, we've let out our one Articuno a lot during this set. Our Squirtles have been super shy. %50 chance to not play a game, gamers. 50% chance. Fine. I guess we'll play a game then, if you insist. If they knew the 3 best decks would be the 3 Pac-Mons, do you think the mini set adds another pack or 2 and those arts will be the playable decks? Yeah, I mean, I expect the new set. I expect new sets in Pokemon Pocket to introduce new top decks. The big question with them introducing new top decks isn't will there be new top decks? The big question is will they be enough better than the existing decks that they power creep them out of the format? It's the question is, will they introduce parallel decks or will they introduce things that push them out? I'm not playing a Geomon, so you might be in trouble here. Howdy, Salad. I'm having a swell day. Oh, they're putting energies on the electric in the back. Interesting. I think I'm building up Blastoise. We've missed on both Misties now, yeah? Hey, what's going on, Zeus? Afternoon. Oh, yeah, let's let them clear the Articuno this turn. I was thinking we could retreat next turn after taking 40, but... Alright, so we need a Blastoise here. All the EVs change types via evolution. Pokemon changing types via evolution is fine. Happens in the paper game all the time. All right, we are dead to Electros plus Sabrina here. Even if they just have Electros, we're gonna need to win a Paralyzed Flip to have a shot. If we win the Paralyzed Flip, I guess they also need to not have Potion the way the breakpoints light up. Alright, if they lose this flip, we can have a shot. Okay. Bazooka Blast. It's only our first knockout point, though. There are only 2-color decks performing well consistently. The Greninja decks put up sporadic results. The Greninja Mewtwo list in particular has had a few. Trump Step, thank you for the tip. Assume that's for a deck submission. Why are my alerts not working? Oh my goodness! My alerts were totally broken. We have a few deck submissions. Apologies. I was like, looking, I thought I heard the alert too, and I kept looking at my dashboard. Hey, apologies. Comics Cave and Zeus Juice. Zeus Juice, that's what you were asking if it worked. Yes, I totally got yours. Apologies. I'll start with those in just a second. Comics Caves will have theirs inverse. I'm gonna change our title back to Viewer Decks. Opponent. Honey. Alright, if you want this particular deck list, it's up on the Hooglandia Pocket YouTube channel with the highlight from yesterday. We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause and roll some adverts. We're gonna play some Greninja Wigglytuff as our first viewer pile today, which actually sounds quite good. I'm a frog enjoyer. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. Want to swap out Misty? Feel free. Yeah, I think I will. I like one baby Wiggly in these Wigglytuff decks generally. Some nice flexibility. Oh my gosh, and the promo Greninja's in a different spot. I hate the way this game sorts cards. It's so bad. Please, please let me sort so it doesn't do this. It's so annoying. You totally opened my eyes to Baby Wiggly. Its flexibility is one to be more games than expected. Yeah, it's a great addition. Work by type? Does that work? Does that do what I want? No, that still doesn't do it. There's still Squirtles up here and then the promo cards at the bottom. It's not remotely better. It's only marginally better here because I happen to be looking at 2 colors at once. Does not accomplish at all what I'm looking for. X-Speed, Sabrina, Pokeball. Sorry, my Kingdom Form. I'm missing the Jigglypuffs. It's like I'm missing a 2 of. My Kingdom for import-export codes in this game, huh? Would be nice. Stop. Jiggle with it. Yeah. Do. With the Jigglypuff top deck, I think I'm actually not researching here to play around red card a little bit. So I already have Frogadair and a Wigglytuff lined up. I don't want them to hit me with it and then shuffle our friends away. Sorted. Congratulations, you've spent a card to turn my 4 cards into 3. Yes, the card should 100% be sorted by Pokedex number in the editor. The deck editor in this game is super scuffed. It needs a lot of quality of life improvements. EBAing super effective here. Gives us a little bit of a decent attack at least. Have a potion. And I'll pull this back so I don't lose my only basic rookie. Charmeleon knocks it out in 1, guaranteed. gone. That's right. This might be a game where we need to win some Jiggly 50-50s. Yup. Allow me to sing you the song of my people. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. Do 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 do. If we find Frogadier, we can hit them with with Baby Wiggly. If we found Frogadier this turn, we actually would have had lethal setup evolving into this. Because they could have cleared this, and then Greninja deals 80 plus 20. Potion scuff for us. It means that we need them to sleep for longer. Well, once more under the breach, my child. Let the voices be hyper and the tales be many. Hey, 2 EX Wigglies, 2 Professor Researches, 8 cards. Mother of God, there's no basics left in my deck yet. Oh, there's a Fro game. Sure is. Allow me to sing you the song of my people. These little Jigglypuffs are trying their best shit, but our draw variants just would not cooperate. Our deck is 2 Frogadiers, 2 Researches, 2 Wiggly EXs. 6 cards. 4 stage 1s, 2 Research. Never lucky rubber ducky. Alright, leading on Jiggly isn't where we want to be, but I think it's better than leading on Fruki. A lot of EX Pikachu's gamers. I assume the Pikachu matchup is pretty rancid for this. Maybe if we like start 2 Kangas and power up a Wiggly, it's okay. On paper, it seems not good. Right? Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. I think Jiggly's a bad lead in every matchup except Charizard. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. That sounds accurate. Alright, we lost the 50-50 last turn, so that means we're due this turn, right? They should miss. Jiggly Biggly. That's sure. I could have waited to see if they had X speed. They're like over 50% to have it, but we should technically check that other coin flip. Yeah, they needed to win one more flip. Alright, hopefully Pokeball fishes up Kangamama for us here. 40% for that. Are we sure this deck runs Frogadair? It's unclear at this time. Whew. Allow me to sing you the song of my people. That being said, the fact that I have Baby Wiggly in hand here actually makes this quite reasonable for us, yeah? This flip doesn't really matter. They're not likely to put an energy on this anyways. Next turn, I get to go slide second energy on, crack this thing for 60. We've been very bad at drawing Kangaskhan. Oh my gosh, they didn't put energy on Pikachu. That's got to be a huge mistake, yeah? I was gonna hem and haw here a little bit, but I think with the second Jiggly drawn, I take this evolve. I tentatively have 2 more viewer submissions after this one, so we'll see where we're at when we're done with those in about an hour and a half or so. I really wish you could disconnect the unused energy warning from the unused supporter warning. Because there's a lot of instances where you want to have an unused supporter, but you always want to play an energy. Super Vodka, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back. 100% disconnect those from each other, given the option. They need an average or above average run here with the Zapdos. 0 or 1, they're behind in a really big way, but if they hit their 2... Yeah. I think we just take the coin flip to win the game here, yeah? Actually, with the Frogadair draw, now I put an energy on here, and then I sing, and then even if they knock me out, the Greninja clears the Zapdos. Still just asleep. Lovely. The punish for this line is they lose this flip, and then they have Potion next turn. Baby Wiggly, instrumental in winning this game, huh? And a good showing for just the promo Jigglypuff in general. Giving us a little bit of stall time. I think if you are playing Wigglytuff EX and you don't have at least one Baby Wiggly, your deck's probably misbuilt by one card. It's so good utility. They're into a 1-1 split on Jigglies. No, I think you always want the sleep. I don't think you're ever attacking with it and you'd rather have a 50% chance to brick their attack rather than 10 more HP. Their logic for when including the baby version of a card makes sense. I think generally speaking you want to include at least one baby version for most of the cards that have both. Maybe the Kanto starters are an example of where you don't, but for the stage ones especially, they tend to have good flexibility. Kangaskhan exists in our deck. That's exciting. She's been real shy today. Sorry, the implication with my statement about playing babies had to do with stage 1s and evolution stock, not basics. So the birds aren't relevant here to what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle these promo cards long term. Is it just going to be trading, or will they be in future booster packs? Because, like, it feels kind of bad right now that, like, people who missed the Mankey event literally just can't get promo Mankey at the moment. Like, maybe I wouldn't be surprised if all 4 of the mechanically unique cards from the Wonder Pick event showed up in the December mini set. I think that's probably the cleanest solution. Very brief, limited time exclusive, essentially. Oh, you know what? I should have put the Froakie up, because if I hit Frogadair, I could have cleared this right away, yeah? We did. Frogadair does exist. Be up in energy on board overall. And would be on track to clear this faster. Chill on this for now. I'm gonna chill on this for now. Yeah, let's play around red card. Gotta guaranteed clear this. Definitely a mistake on that Sabrina on my part. points on the Alakazam in the back here. Curious if the opponent is bricking on Dark Energy or if they're playing Weezing without it. Some of these decks play Weezing without it. Hey, thanks for the 70 months, Gendy. Appreciate the almost 6 years, quite some time. Yeah, the promo cosmetic square is kind of gaudy for sure. Takes Alakazam 2 shots to clear through my Kangaskhan unless they have a Giovanni here. I think 2 turns of Greninja cracks is really strong. Ludisto is a really good design in Marvel Stat, just like a lot of the other cards this season. Alright, we need 1 heads here for Greninja to be able to finish this next turn. Coolio. And the 1 heads even means we're finishing it through a singular potion, because Greninja does 80 total with its Pokemon ability. There are Dark Energy, they just hadn't hit me up until this point. Oof. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put the Psychic on Alakazam and then retreat it. Yes, EX Wiggly is a 3 energy attack. So once I have my first energy on Greninja, I start building this up, because if I need this to attack at any point, I can always put the energy on it that turn, basically. So I'll start powering up your secondary ones. Tap the Coughing that has energy on it. We'll play Kanga out just to play around red card a little bit. Could be right to evolve the Jiggly into EX Wiggly, but I wanted to wait till it had a second energy on it before I make that commitment. Every deck play 2 research and 2 Pokeballs. Yep. Raven, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate that. Gamer. So, with 1 potion already spent, I think we just miss/slash this and tap this with the Pokemon ability in the back. If they have another potion next turn. Oh wait, Sabrina's lethal? Sabrina's lethal. Pardon me. Pardon me, I'm BMing. Because I'm dumb. Opponent. I think Pocket is the only gacha game I've ever played where $200 got me functionally everything I needed. Yeah, that number is going to change very quickly, though, yeah? There's going to be a mini set here in less than 2 weeks, and there's going to be another full-size set at the end of January. If I expect the mini set to cost me... So, for reference, $200 is running hot. It cost me about $300, and talking to other people who wailed, it cost about $300 sounds about the norm. So I expect, if I expect that number, well, let's leave Kangaskhan actually. If I expect that number to be consistent, about $300 for the big sets, and then we assume the mini sets are about a third of that, it'll be about 1,500 USD per year to have all the cards right on release in Pocket. Which is cheaper than a game like Magic Arena, but it's more expensive than a game like Marvel Snap to keep up with. We need to see the details on how exactly big the mini set is or isn't, and how trading works out exactly. It was less than 130 for you, but you didn't have everything on the day 1 or 2 spending 130, right? You have $130 in plus now a month's worth of time, or maybe 2 months if you started in the soft launch. See, thank you for the Prime. Yes, waiting is an alternative for money. I want to make it very clear that I am talking about the price to have all of the cards right away. Yes, I expect trading will have some type of time-gated currency like we've seen for other mechanics in this game, and I would wager they've told us already not all cards will be tradable, so my expectation is trading will be, what's the word I'm searching for? Trading will be limited probably to only not the most recent set. Start tapping this Ek in so the Arbok can be softer to chew up. Put this wiggly EX out here. I also want to make it clear when I'm talking about being complete, singleton copies really don't count. If you're a collector, that's one thing. When I'm talking about being mechanically complete, I'm talking about having play sets of cards to play any deck that you want in a game. So in Pocket, that requires having 2 of most of the cards. There's a very small selection of cards that play as one-ofs, but they're the exception, not the rule. Okay, so I go down to 50. They hit me for 30. I go to 10. Yeah, this breakpoint is good for us. I'm gonna tap the Snake again, so that way they need Potion or Arbok next turn. I'm throwing hands, gamers. Good night. Pack points help. Pack points help to a degree. If your variance is really bad and you miss multiple EX Pokemon that you want, it costs almost 100 USD in pack points to get pack points for a single EX. And remember, you need 2 of most EXs. So I would agree that for the average and above average case scenario, things are probably fine for most people. But for folks experiencing even a little bit of bad luck with the economy in this game, it's not particularly forgiving. It's very expensive to dig out of that bad luck. I try and clear this Weezing before they can Koga it or poison our next thing, so we'll tap it for whatever, and then we'll get our Dizzy Punch in here. We're gonna die to poison, which is unfortunate. We really need one of these to be heads, girl. Oh, that's so bad for us. Oh, man. We were talking about it the other day, but in the first set that's released for Pokemon Pocket, if you open 100 packs, which is not a small amount of packs, there is a 15% chance you won't open any copies of the specific EX you're looking for. Which 15% doesn't sound like a lot, But you got to remember, this game has millions of people playing it, right? And a million people experiencing a 15% miss is 150,000 people having a bad beat, yeah? Yeah, I think we're actually gonna lose because of this Kanga. They get to corner my Wigglytuff, and then their Wigglytuff clears mine. And poisoned. I don't think we're playing potion. We're not. Needed one heads-on Kanga last turn, gamers. Sedge. What's my line to win here? Give I Sabrina them? Can they mess up? No, the Sabrina doesn't even do it, because they can just put an energy on here to retreat back to Arbok, and I die to the poison. Yeah, we're just dead. I needed to be able to buy one turn to clear the Weezing in the back line. Unfortunate that missed as many Kangas as we did. Shuriken, Weezing, kill Coughing. Yeah, the Weezing goes on 30. Alright, baby Wigglypuff lined up here. Could be good for us. What's the best combination for Alakazam? The best Alakazam... You've turned my 3 cards into 3 different cards. The best Alakazam decks are Weezing Alakazam and Executor Alakazam. Sturdy front line to set up your stage 2. Now, this is a viewer-submitted deck, Jut, so welcome on in. We're learning how its matchups feel while we're playing it today. That was so nice of my opponent to red card me into research so I could have a full Greninja line here. Really wouldn't have been possible without their generosity. When deck submissions are open, there will be a message pinned above the Twitch chat with instructions. So I've got 2 more queued up after this, and I'm not sure if we're going to take more than that today. Greninja is the most interesting and fun card in Pokemon Pocket, full stop. A lot of great choices. Generally speaking, decks prefer to frontline Executor EX as opposed to the regular. Oh my gosh, this person going after my frog. Put some spears into the back line. Hopefully they go after the frog because I've got all the evolutions lined up. Putting hands on these lightning Pokemon gamers. Making up for the last round where she missed. Does Giovanni work with Pokemon like Kangaskhan? You have to hit at least once, and if you hit at least once, you do an extra 10. Why does weakness not work on the bench? Because it just doesn't. In the paper game, it tells you that it doesn't work on the bench, and here it just doesn't work. Which I agree is a little awkward. It would be good if it told you that on the card. I'm gonna be greedy and Shuriken the Zapdos. If we get 4 tails in a row on Mama from here, we could get punished for this. But Mama would never do that to me, chat. See, hot to average. We're good to go. Good, Pablo. The new Marvel Snap season's been great, and Pokemon Pocket continues to be fun. The 3 diamond cards, anecdotally, seem the hardest to get. They're much easier with pack points, roughly 60 plus Charizard packs. I've got 0 Kangaskhan. So, the 3 diamond cards that don't have an alt art, like Alakazam or Weezing, are slightly more rare to get an individual copy of than a specific 4 diamond if you add in their alt arts, because all the 4 diamonds have an alt art 2-star. I think it's like 1.8% to get, or like 1.7% to get a specific EX, and it's like 1.65% to get a specific 3 diamond. You get more total 3 diamond cards, but there's twice as many of them, so your odds of getting a specific one are lower. Yes, the deeper pool of 3 diamond cards means that the variance range is wider. Is Kangaskhan worth it to grab? Kangaskhan is like jank glue in Pokemon Pocket. If you're not playing one of the top 3 meta decks and you want to build off meta decks, Kangaskhan is one of the best cards you could have. She buys you time, she deals some damage, she slices, she dices. Yeah, Kangaskhan's just like passive, like, okay, what if I end the game on turn 1 or 2 25% of the time because people don't play enough basics? Wrong 25%, Kangaskhan! I was trying to prove a point. Come on, girl. Yeah, unfortunately, Tauros compared to Kangaskhan just ain't it. 2 energy versus 1's a big deal. You want minimal investment so you could do some damage while taking hits to set up your backline. What if Tauros was a better card? Sure, Tauros had more HP than Kangaskhan, it would be more appealing. Even 110 could make Tauros more appealing, so that would mean it would live a Giovanni 90 hit. Charmeleon so far for them is good for us. Snoot Boop on the Moltres. Pokedex Gaming! Well, it's better than Red Card, I suppose. They must not be playing the Arcanine build if they have room for Pokedex. If you're someone who thinks of yourself as, I simply can't tolerate coin flips, you should ask yourself if card games are really the right type of game for you. What is shuffling a deck at the start of the game if not just 20 coin flips? Ask yourself. Do I want to double X speed crack this thing with Greninja? I kinda do, gamers. I think I need to water shuriken the Moltres because it's really important that I kill it through a single potion or double potion next turn. We're getting it through single potion, but double potion would have gotten us otherwise. They brick on Charmeleon this turn, we're done. 2 and 7 to get there. Average Charizard game. If we win, it doesn't really feel like we beat them so much as their deck beat itself. No way they play Potion and Pokedex. You'd be surprised. And then Charmeleon goes down in 1-2 Greninja all the time, so we're done here. I guess I could draw a second Moltres and switch to that, but that's still not a winning strategy long term. This game is a lovely example of why you should be playing the Arcanine version of Charizard. There's a significant innovation, having more basics and having more consistent payoffs. 3 Wigglies. Yeah, 1 baby Wiggly is really good to complement your EXs. You want the flexibility of having a 2 energy attack when possible. I haven't played Sabrina yet, yeah. Opponent is all dressed up with nowhere to go, gamers. This is some of the most energy I've ever seen on a bench. Thankfully, Sabrina is here to put them out of their misery. They have the power. Ooh. Come on, Pocket. That was one of them. All right, we gotta take a brief pause for the cause and roll some adverts on the Twitch side. When we get back, we're gonna be playing some Machamp and Marowak as our next viewer deck submission. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Is best of 3 single deck the only format you see working for Pocket as far as tournaments go? It's the only format I'm interested in playing personally. I've heard some people talk about like banning EX Pokemon or stuff like that, but or doing multi-decks, but neither of those are particularly appealing to me. I'm not a fan of multi-deck formats. When deck submissions are open, there's a link pinned above my Twitch chat. For today, I think we are full up on submissions. So much banger art in it. It's lovely. Layers for all my friends too. I think sideboards would work in Pocket. I don't know. I think I would be inclined to probably play different utility cards. Like potions for matchups where potions are good, or more Sabrinas or Giovanni's would probably be my go-to. I don't know that you would necessarily sideboard specific Pokemon. Maybe in some cases. Maybe you have like a Kangaskhan Farfetch split between the main deck and the sideboard that you'd swap between. Could be a reasonable position for the matchups where Duck is better or Kangaskhan is better. Yeah, I really hope QOL for the deck editor is high on their list, because man, is it clunky. There's so many little things where I'm like, did y'all use this? You just run out of time? Like, what's the deal? First, I'd love to open on Cubone. Got 2 baby Marowaks. Wouldn't mind putting up. Play a bunch of basics out here. Lovely. When you get to research on one and still only have 3 cards in hand, feels real good. Greninja Weezing is fine. It's not its best pairing based on tournament results, but it can be competitive if you play it well. And Greninja is a card that flexes into being played with a lot of things very reasonably. Alright, 3 shots at 2 more shots at Baby Marowak. Nice. We drew a potion here as well as lovely in this matchup. It means that Psysphere has to hit us a 3rd time before it can knock us out, which gives us a lot of room. When I was putting in my utility cards, I was torn between second X-Speed and second Potion. X-Speed's just so good in general. Why don't you play your basics out during the starting sequence? Because when you're going first, it's technically optimal to draw your extra cards and like play all your researches and Pokeballs before you commit anything to your bench. There's nothing that can punish you for waiting to make that choice, and you can make that choice after you have more information. When you're going second, you want to play your bench Pokemon out to begin with because you don't want them to get red carded away. But when you're going first, there's no chance of that happening. Alright, if they have the Gardevoir on curve here, we're gonna need to draw Machamp. If they don't have the Gardevoir, Bone Beat down into Machoke is enough to clear this Mewtwo out. Scardy. With decks being so small, it's going to be harder to decide what to play as we get more trainers. Maybe, if they have the similar power level. Yeah, the idea that there are more options as more cards gets added to the game only works if you operate under the assumption that things are going to be similarly balanced in power level. Magic the Gathering is a good example of a lot of their ways to play the game where more cards are legal, less cards are playable because of power creep in various interactions. Alright, 2 champions and 6 cards, gamers. Can we get them? Yes, more supporters that are niche would be ideal for sure. If we find Machamp, we are actually still dead to second Sabrina. So we're 1 in 3 to find the Machamp, and then we also need to dodge second Sabrina out of them. It's probably about 1 in 6 or so to win the game. We bricked, and we're dead. So, we needed to have our stage 2 if they had their stage 2 on time. We did not. The game is over. I think that's not remotely a logical conclusion, Voichi. The idea that game mechanics being simple means power creep is less likely is just not true. You're right that complexity is a way they can make the format wider as opposed to just making things stronger. But the more complex a card is, the easier it is to miss the mark on power level and accidentally introduce something that's too strong. Which is one of the reasons why I hope they'll consider doing live balance in this game as it ages, because game design is really hard and it's really easy to accidentally make something 10 too much or too little and have it be too good or too bad because of it. I would be surprised if they do live balance. I'm not expecting them to. I think the game would likely be better if they did live balance. Very good red card here. Can I get a Cubone? No, I don't think they should add resistances to make things more polarized in this game. I think weaknesses are well done in this game because, because they feel like a balancing mechanic, whereas resistances really make matchups feel very polarized. I also like that they made resist weaknesses be plus 20 as opposed to 2x like they are in the paper card game. Gosh, if we'd have had Cubone on 1, we would have been in such a big advantage this game. Draw another basic here. They technically can brick for a turn. He says before Giovanni gets top decked. I've noticed paper Pokemon cards tend to have way more HP than pocket. I assume that's power. It's 100% for power creep. 100%. Paper cards having so much HP is just power creep related. One basic please deck. No, if you look at earlier Pokemon, a lot of the earlier Pokemon sets had lower HP cards. It's 100% EXs and GVs and VMAXs and stuff are all just a lot of power creep making the numbers scale up. So, what's a power creep called shot? There will be more than one card in Pokemon Pocket that survives Charizard EX's 200 point attack before the end of next year. There's a nominal power creep called shot for you. By this time next year, I bet there will be more than one card in the game that survives Charizard EX's Big Blast. Yeah, you need to be 210, which is 20 more than our current highest HP card. We already have a 190 in the game right now. 210 is really not that big of a step up. I'm gonna hold my last bench slot in case we draw Hitmonlee. Venusaur has 190. The best pairing for Sandslash is Marowak right now. I'll actually have a deck list video going up tomorrow talking about tier list style ratings for the best and most common decks in Pocket. It'll have a Sandslash Marowak list in it that I enjoy. This is 100% a just work up to Machamp and go from there, yeah. Do I potion this so that way they have to have Blaine? I think so. It'll go up tomorrow, Looney. My editor is working on it now. Today's Pocket video will be covering Mewtwo Greninja. They researched, which means Cubone is living. And nothing in their deck survives a hit from Machamp EX. He is just literally gonna walk over their board here. We're not playing out any more basics. I don't want to lose to a stray Sabrina. I expect... My best guess is that the mini set and the January set between them will... I would bet there's going to be one of them will be Johto focused, Gen 2, and the other one will be Gen 8, the current generation. Or is it Gen 9? Whatever the most recent one is. I bet between those two we'll see a Gen 2 and then a most recent gen. Which one will have full art professor's research in it? That's the real question right there, gamers. That's the real question, gamers. Are you familiar with Pokemon TCG before Pocket? Yeah. I spent a number of months streaming the digital Pokemon client that existed before TCG Live. TCG Online, I think it was called. But regular TCG digital content doesn't have any gameplay metrics around it. And honestly, Pocket's doing a lot better than Live, but like as a reference point, even Pocket's numbers here on launch on like the Twitch side are a bit weaker than like what Snap was at launch. I would assume because Snap did more advertising. Oh, they could get us with the Ninetales if we don't spike the potion. Oh, I don't have another potion in my deck, actually. We could die here. We could totally die here. I doubt they would do that for airs. Sounds incredibly unlikely. Yeah, I think we're actually torched. Yeah, I was counting wrong. Alright, these Ninetales clean up on our armor champion. Use 2 points. You gonna put it? Leave him out. Been burned to the ground. I think they'll introduce a standard rotation. I would 100% expect that this game will have rotating and non-rotating formats. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes them a couple of years to get there. But traditional card games do multiple formats with cards rotating in and out as a way to keep things accessible too. So that way new players coming in only have to get cards from the more recent sets as opposed to needing everything. Yeah, you need enough cards to rotate. I assume they'll want 1,000 or 2,000 cards in the client before they consider doing rotations. Yeah, does Paper Pokemon do a 2-year rotation? Is that right? Magic's a 3-year rotation now, right? I don't know if Paper Pokemon is offhand. Somewhere in my brain, I feel like I remember 2 being a number, but... The old cards don't work anymore. So, they have... You probably heard me say the word format to describe... Marvel Snap and this game before, and that comes from my Magic background. So a format in a card game describes a group of cards that are legal or allowed to be played in that setting. So what does that mean? So like in Pokemon TCG, for example, there's a standard format where you could only use the 2 most recent years worth of cards. And then they have like other formats where you could use like 10 years and then use everything. So there are ways to play with everything. Two years is a long time. I see creators talking about Pocket. It's like, honestly, chat, it's really true. Pokemon Pocket is essentially a dead game walking. It's been released for just over a month now, and it's only made $200 million in that time. Can you imagine thinking a game that only made $200 million in a month is being alive? Every day we die a little more, gamers. We stray further from the purity we need. And I want to just set a baseline here so people understand. Marvel Snap was the most successful new digital card game to release in a long time when it released 2 years ago. Marvel Snap made $170 million its first year. So it took Pocket a little over a month to beat Marvel Snap's. This is a really impressive number over the entire first year. That is not the Machamp I wanted for Christmas, chat. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Are you being sarcastic about this being a dying game? I can't tell. That's part of my charm, gamer. Is the deadpan incredibly dry delivery is a feature, not a bug. How much upfront to get all of the base cards? It's about 300 USD, give or take some variants. I've heard some people spend a little less and some people spend a little more. I will say, it probably doesn't surprise me to hear people saying, some creators are saying Pocket is dying already, because I think a lot of content creators probably didn't hit metrics they were expecting to hit with Pocket. Like, if you look at all of the bigger Snap creators, myself included, our numbers doing Pocket are still markedly worse than Snap, even with Snap numbers being down. Like, to use today as an anecdote, when we were snapping, I had about 1,400 viewers. Then we switched to Pocket. We've been floating between like 900 and 1,000, which is about a 30 to 40% drop off. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these games never giving us enough deck slots. Like, I feel like I would use 50 deck slots in both Pocket and Marvel Snap, and like neither of them give me remotely enough. I thought 15 deck slots was enough until I started following this channel. That's true. We chew through your deck slots like no other here. You know, this Sabrina is funny, because I actually wasn't sure which of these two Pokemon I wanted to lead on. So thanks, I think. It's like Master Duel, and so they can charge you for deck slots later. I mean, I wish Marvel Snap would charge me for deck slots. I would give them lots of money for them. They haven't offered me that yet. That's strange to me. Is it because the new game is building an audience? I think we're a month out from the initial release now, Duck, and the numbers will probably continue to trend down a little bit for Pocket until the mini set drops on the 16th. So something that was very typical as someone who, for people who are familiar with my background, by the way, just so I know there's new people in here for Pocket, I've been streaming on Twitch for over a decade. I've been a Twitch partner for over 9 years. This has been my full-time job for 7 years. Before Marvel Snap, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering, some Runeterra, and some other turn-based and strategy games. So I've been in the card game space here on Twitch for a long time. And something that these games that have more traditional set releases tend to do is their numbers dip the further away you get from your set release, and then they jump back up when a new set comes out. I would expect Pocket's gonna trail off a little bit, and then we'll jump up when we get a card injection, and then it'll come down, it'll jump up when we get a card injection. Well, that's interesting. They chose to not kill me because they didn't want me to get to attack them. I got an X speed though, gamer. Let's do it. We're so good at this. We've been practicing our Kangaskhan all day, so our Marowak is on point. And for reference, just for the sake of the regulars understanding where I'm at personally, I don't view Pocket having worse metrics than Snap for me right now as a meaning I'm gonna stop playing it or stop making content. I'm enjoying playing Pocket and making videos for it. It's more so just to point out the reality of it. I view the lower metrics that Pocket is having right now is as an investment in my channel long term. Being able to diversify into more than one game is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And while the Pocket metrics are a bit worse than Snap, they're still pretty reasonable. The most important metric for me personally is that the raw viewer number like matters for ad revenue to a degree and like sponsorships, but my Twitch sub count is the thing that primarily drives my income on this platform. It's been relatively stable. We're down a little bit right now, but not a ton. For reference, over the 2 years we did Just Snap, I averaged about 2,600 subscribers a month. I think we had 2,400 last month for dual streams in November. We've got 2,350 right now. So right inside like margins of error. Choke up. Machamp. What a lovely lad. I'm gonna potion this Hitmonlee, so if they Sabrina it up, it's more durable. Yes, that's also true, Edman. Metrics are hard to judge. The sub count being down 200-ish points from where it was over the average. Snap is also down itself, so it's hard to know if that's where it's down because I'm doing two different types of content, or it's down because Snap's had a downswing. As a very nominal anecdote, yes, I did a subscriber survey in the Discord server, and we had about 600 responses to that, and about 82% of the people that subscribed said they were subscribing and enjoyed Marvel Snap content, and about 75% of people said they were subscribing and enjoy Pocket content. And there's obviously some bias in that survey. People in my Discord server are going to be a little bit more invested in me and the community. So I would bet it's probably not quite that close in a whole sample, but if the most biased sample is that close, I have to imagine the overall is still pretty solid. We talked about my background on Twitch. In a former life, before I was making content full-time here on the internet, I have a graduate degree and undergraduate degree in mathematics. I spent time doing data analytics and process automation at a Fortune 50 company for a little while after grad school. And I also spent time teaching stats, calculus, college algebra, that kind of stuff at the high school and college level for a little while before my children were born. Now I want you to take a minute here and think, chat. Imagine if this red card had been a basic instead of an unplayable piece of trash that no one should put in their Pokemon Pocket deck. My opponent would get to continue playing a game as opposed to just being dead here. Shout out to Baby Marowak, punishing greedy deck builders everywhere. Copy paste! Can't wait for the import-export in Pocket. Username on point. Thank you for the 2 years. Welcome back. I guess Game Old Girl next year. Yeah, I think there's potential for that. It's worth noting from a stats standpoint, the best months for Marvel Snap 3 personally were the second and third month after release, with the first one also just being kind of okay. I'm really curious to see them. The bigger litmus test for Pocket's growth and staying power in terms of content for me are going to be this mini set and then the first big set at the end of January. I'll be watching metrics closely around those and see what they do. One of these days we'll have first energy advantage. Someday. Our plan is DC'd here, unfortunately. Any fun teaching stories? I don't know if there's any in particular that come to mind. What was it? My oldest is 10, almost 11. Yeah, they're just DC'd here. I'm just gonna go out rather than waiting for them to get back. I finished grad school at 21, and then my oldest was born when I was 23. And I stopped working full-time to do the stay-at-home dad thing when that happened, so I wasn't in the workforce for a super long time. And the plan was to eventually go back to a traditional job when they started school, but then metrics for this took off, and the rest is history, as they say. We're going second! It does exist. Lovely. Is reminding me that I am not 21 anymore, and I need to stand up for a little bit because I've been sitting for too long. Ah, Darkrai! What's going on? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Would like to dig for some cards. Cubone. He's a cute bone if you ask me. Hoping to draw Machamp next turn. It's not the Machamp I wanted for Christmas. Putting an energy here, because if they have an X speed, this Machamp's going down. You have an absolute beginner graduate. I don't, Wildman, because they just honestly have a really good onboarding for it. If you just give the app an install on Android or iOS and walk through the stuff at the start, you'll understand all the how to play in like less than 20 minutes if you have any amount of card game experience. The basics are super easy to pick up and does a good job of it. What do we think of Hitmonlee clear the routes to get our first point? So we only need to knock out one Mewtwo EX to win the game. I think I'm into it. Find one of these out to play around red cards since I have another Cubone on deck already. If they have Giovanni to clear Hitmonlee in one, I could be a little bit sad with the sequencing decision, but they don't have Giovanni to clear Hitmonlee in one. I think we're chilling. Okay, little bit of breathing room here. Could I draw a Machoke? Never a Machoke, not even once. You already have a knockout point is the problem, so I think we're just dead here. If I would have hit Machoke this turn, we could have gone energy into Machoke into Machamp, because Machamp survives a hit from Mewtwo EX. I guess there's a world where this Sabrina buys this time, huh? Played 1x speed. Stupid angsty teenage Pokemon. It's always the stage 1 chats. They're the troublemakers. Take routes to the bone zone. Second X speed here. They do. Yeah, second. No Gardevoir means I have one more turn to draw Machoke, yeah? If we draw Machoke, I can Machoke, hit them for 50, and then Machamp clear them for the win. We need to hit that. Hit the 1 and 4 though. There's 1 research too, so 3 out of 8 here. All right, assuredly this gives it to us. Yes. Lit. We're gonna do it. This is a sweet. We maneuvered really well this game. They're already through a potion, right? So even second potion doesn't save them from a champion. So I X-speeded the Hitmonlee because I was putting the Ralts to 20, and that gave me the flexibility to Hitmonlee for a knockout later. Even if they have another Sabrina here, they can't Sabrina and Giovanni me, meaning Cubone lives, and I have another X speed here to pull this back and Machamp to clear. So Sabrina's not lethal. They have no lethal cards this turn. Their line to not be dead is retreat to the other Mewtwo EX, and even that's not a good line long term. They're out of X speed, so to pull this out, they have to lose the energies on it. And they don't have Gardevoir to get accelerated up early. They would need 2 Sabrinas. No, one. They lose the next turn. Cubone dies? No, Cubone does not die to a hit for 50. Cubone has 60 HP. Cubone is not weak to Psychic. Cubone is weak to Grass. Imagine doubling down on being wrong. What's the saying? It's better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So, as someone who's played more Machamp than you probably should be playing in this game based on how good it is, I actually think this archetype tends to have a decent Mewtwo matchup. In the games, because Machamp EX survives a 150 hit, and Marowak isn't weak to Psychic and provides decent pressure. I like this build a lot. I think this build's super clean. Alright, I'm gonna leave this one up on the screen for a second while I run and fill my water bottle and let the adverts roll. When we get back, we're gonna have a fun build around submission. We have a request to build single knockout point Dugong, which is actually a card I've meant to explore, so I'm excited to see what exactly that looks like. Come up with thoughts on other single knockout point water Pokemon to pair with it. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out. I like playing this deck, just curving out and going bonk. Machamp's really good when going second. You have it on curve, it's quite reasonable. I like the idea of Seaking as another one for him. I think Seaking's a pretty solid poke in general. Scroll past Dugong, yep. It's really weird to me that Seal is a double colorless attack. And that Dugong is triple water. It could be another water Pokemon. It could also just be like Farfetch'd though too, right? I kind of hate the idea of like Farfetch'd as another aggressive thing, and then a bunch of trainers. Duck's good when going second. Seaking's good when going first. I kind of don't want to play it with Greninja, just because I feel like we play a lot of Greninja and it feels like a cop-out. Yeah, it's probably fine with Greninja. Try Seaking Drum Sip, yeah. Yeah, I think Seaking makes sense. One energy investment. Duck's not an ideal lead, but definitely don't want to start Seal. To mention I ever want two of these out at the same time. I want to crack him with the Duck here since I don't have Giovanni, so that way if they sleep me I can clear with Seaking in one heads. Any info on the new packs that we out this met? Yeah, absolutely nothing. Based on how other card games and digital games often work, I assume we're going to get a patch at some point in the next week or so. That's going to set up the new card pack, so we'll get data mines from there. Maybe they'll try and do some type of spoiler or something before then officially, but I wouldn't be surprised if data mines are the first thing we get. Magic Arena patches the day of. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. It's been a long time since then. Since I played that game. Do day of patches most of the time? Do. Man, it's a shame we missed that coin flip because we hit the Giovanni here. Giovanni ending like $1 short. Alright, Seaking, we bricked on the sleep flip. Can we hit on yours? Sure can. Charge! Yeah, putting Froakie up's a little strange. It's fine. Just another Pokemon to fall on my horn. Pierce the heavens, Seaking! Someone asked a question about Gengar and Wigglytuff. I think Gengar in general is just not a very good Pokemon pocket card, unfortunately. Alright, we just gotta wake up and then land a Horn Hazard with Giovanni and we're good to go. Alternatively, we could wake up and draw Dugong. Alright, once more, Seaking Pierce the Heavens. Who's a good lad? Who's a good lad? Good night, gamer. What a clean. What a clean. He don't miss. Imagine missing with your Seaking attacks. He's not a sea lad. He is a sea king. Second, This opener is quacked, chat. Absolutely quacked. You know, my emote artist actually messaged me asking me if I had any ideas for stuff because she was looking for work. You just reminded me I completely forgot to get back to her, Duck. I should do that. November is just a long month for a variety of reasons, both personal and professional. Been a little all over the place. Would you collect physical pocket cards if they made pocket card packs? You know, I'm not sure the Pokemon IP is a game that really translates well to a paper card game. I don't know that it would be that successful. Yeah, I want to do some kind of coin flip emote, and I want to do something Farfetch'd related for sure, because he's quacked. Wonder if they'll bring emotes to Pocket. I certainly hope not. Please don't. Yeah, honestly, 2 coin flip emotes, 1 landing heads and 1 landing tails is probably fun. I actually don't have any regular emote slots, but I have like 30 unused, I have like 30 unused animated emote slots on my channel, because they gave us matching animated and non-animated. I haven't used the animated ones yet. I have an X speed here that would be bad for us. Don't! Okay, that's good for us. Fine, what's my line here? I think I want Duck to live. Do I? Nah, it's fine. Who would win, chat? Legendary Firebird, 1 Leaky Duck. These are your choices. At speed, so I think I'm gonna do this just in case we peel the Seaking. That could be a Seaking, gamers. Nope. Never once. Never once has it been a Seaking. So with the Giovanni here, what do we think about put the other duck out, retreat back, crack him with the leak, they take the knockout, we Giovanni for the win with the Dugong? Hey, thanks for the continued primer, Crowlcade. Appreciate that. All right. Our deck is quacked. We've triumphed over the legendary birds. Dugong greater than Gengar EX. Probably true, honestly. Poor Gengar. Poor Gengar got done dirty in this set. Alright, Seaking, prime the horde. Ooh, no basics, no Seaking. Rip. No mercy. Send in the duck. Quack, quack. The DC timer is way too long. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for them to come back. Let's play another game. Seal lead is not where it's at, gamers. What's going on, Bolzon? Thanks for the 15 months. Appreciate the support. My favorite Pokemon is Alolan Sandshrew, which is why he's the only one in my little banner down here that isn't in the game yet. He's an honorary Gen 1. That's my favorite color. It's unfortunate that even with Giovanni, Seal into Dugong doesn't clear Moltres. Favorite Marvel character? I don't know if I have much of an emotional attachment to any Marvel characters. As a 30-something white dude, I think I could probably just say Spider-Man, right? Millennial. That's probably more 30-something than white dude, honestly. Spider-Man is very millennial. Hey, one more of each. Should I get Pidgeotto or Kangaskhan? Kangaskhan goes in way more decks. Pig. That'll do. How many games you hope get announced in the Game Awards next week? Nope. You have plenty of video games to keep me occupied. I don't think Dugong's a very good pocket card. I think Dugong is a perfectly fine pocket card to not start out. I think starting on Seaking or Farfetch'd, it's fine as a finisher. I think basically every deck in Pokemon Pocket eats crap to the Charizard start my last opponent had. I think it's kind of sad the Charizard deck got optimized because it generates the singularly worst gameplay of any deck in Pokemon Pocket. The Charizard deck beats itself more often than the opposing deck beats it. If the Charizard deck has a remotely functional draw, it beats basically everything. I like Charizard as a character. I think the gameplay that the Charizard deck generates in Pocket is aggressively middling. As someone who enjoys brewing off-meta decks, brewing to beat Pikachu and Mewtwo is a lot more interesting and possible than brewing to beat Charizard. Your Charizard game plan is hope they don't have it most of the time. Is Charizard worse than Mewtwo gameplay-wise? 100%. Mewtwo plays a functional game without Gardevoir, and you could maneuver around it sometimes. Yes, to my former Magic the Gathering players, Charizard is basically Tron. Sugar, we're going down. Down, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do. We're going down. Do do do. Damn it! It's a damn shame the red card wasn't another basic, huh? I started playing Magic in 22 and I don't know what Tron is. Is Tron not playable in Modern anymore? Or do you just not play paper formats? Is that as a paper boomer format? Who would win, chat? Genetically engineered Pokemon perfection? Or one leaky boy? I appreciate asking Twitch chat a yes/no question and instantly being told both yes and no. That's always the best part of these interactions. Is it or isn't it? Yes, no. One thing you can count on Twitch chat for is the constant in my life. With a little bit of Seaking variance, we could beat a Gardevoir end curve here. This is local man about to be Giovanni'd. Do I put Seaking up to play around Giovanni? I do, yeah. That's fine. We'll just hit running heads and clear this Pokemon out. Oh no! One of my favorite things last year is when you ran a poll on which Nico variant to get, and after one variant absolutely crushed the other, you got the opposite one, saying the one thing you learned in 10 years was never trust Twitch chat. It's true, you know. It's true. I have much wisdom. You should listen to me. Alright, so if we hit with Horn Hazard this turn, the Duck with the Giovanni finishes things off here, which is nice. I'm also gonna go ahead and burn this potion to make them discard 2 energies. Oh! Seaking, why? Oh, they had another potion anyways. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We didn't have both heads there, not just one. I believe we are now 0%. I believe we are now 0%. Yeah, actually, I don't have a second Giovanni to drop. Oh, I'm playing the one. So I can't go 50 into 100. If we had hit with one of those Seaking hits, we could have cracked them with the Duck and then finished with Dugong there and had a shot. So, unfortunately, we're living in the 25%er. I can tell my Pocket YouTube channel has made it as a YouTube channel because it gets cryptocurrency spam posts on it. Going first. All right, we're gonna draw Seaking here, and it's gonna be glorious. If we brick on the big fish, we probably X-speed back to a Duck and get Quacken. Release the Quacken! A fellow Seaking enjoyer! Oh baby, we're a rare breed. We are a rare breed, gamers, the Seaking enjoyers. Oh no! That's fine with I didn't want to play a game anyways. As is often the case, a single Misty Heads while going second is enough to win the game on the spot. I really hope we get a Johto set. I would like Crobat, I would like Slowking, I would like Scissor, I would like Steelix. Give me all these evolutions that finish up cards we have part of. Umbreon, Espeon, yeah. Give me an EX Tyranitar. EX Tyranitar, EX Crobat. Sign me up. Porygon 2, that's a fun call out. Did a content creator post a video saying Moltres Blaine was good recently? Is there like a video with a bunch of views on it somewhere? I've had like 2 or 3 different people ask me my opinion on that today, and this is our second or third time playing against it in the queue. It seems like nonsense from a game theory perspective. What you do to your poor Seaking dude can't attack. Listen, it's very common in men his age. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. Don't pressure him. He's got some performance anxiety. Pierce the heavens, Seaking! There we go. There we go. Light him up. He's on fire! Alright, we're gonna draw Sabrina, and we're gonna clear this Turbulate out. Yes, I agree with that, JVL. I think playing Rapidash inside a Charizard is fine as an extra Pokemon line. Much better than shoving Moltres inside a Blade. Agree 100%. If they retreat back to Charizard, are we dead here? I guess even if they stay in, we're probably dead, yeah.
cannot.
I don't see a line from here. The fact that you can't type counter the Charizard deck because their lead Pokemon is weak to lightning, and then their backup one just like... Or I guess the fact that the type counter to the fire deck is a lightning deck feels so awkward. Just because you need to be able to type counter their lead. Alright, gamers, we are past the 3 o'clock hour here in Central Illinois. I've been playing a few hours of Pocket, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the afternoon. We'll be back with some more Pokemon tomorrow morning to start is my plan. If you want some more Pocket content for me, shortly after we sign off, I'm going to hit publish on a Greninja Mewtwo EX highlight on the YouTube channel, Hooglandia Pocket. If you missed it, I also had a stat video go up on the Jeff Hoagland side as well. We played a little bit of both again tomorrow. Appreciate everybody that stuck through to the end, and hopefully we'll see you around again real soon. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, wherever you're at in the world, gamers.